the guard dude got murdered.
He did get murdered.
Oh, yes.
Oh, such a tragic death.
It was.
It was our first
Tragic bromance.
It was a tragic bromance, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
he knew that it was the guard that was the spy the whole time.
yeah, the crown prince knew, but he didn't want to believe it because it was his buddy.
I also didn't want to believe it.
Same. But then when he dies, all is forgiven. Like he dies in the crown prince's arms.
No. Yeah.
Mhm.
And he only did it to protect his family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which ended up getting all busted up anyways.
Yeah, and then his son was made king in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his
Yeah.
wife was
She was there. She was one
She
of the
became
court
a court
ladies.
lady.
she was a court lady.
Mm-hmm.
At first, when I first saw that scene, because like he's walking past and then she's like walking the other way and she turns back to look at him. At first, I thought, because they were like talking about the chose or whatever, and I thought it was maybe like somebody there to like spy on them and then like be at the ready to like kill him or something.
Nah.
It's his mama.
Yeah. Oh, but the way they got rid of the zombies is they went out to the garden at the palace, and they
Froze them.
shot the ice. They broke the ice so that all the zombies would fall into the water
And
because they can't deal with the water. And then all of them had gotten bitten at this point. The prince, the tiger guy was there. The magistrate was there, and then a bunch of guards, and they had all gotten bit at this point, but because they went to the water and those like worms hadn't taken hold of their brains yet.
They're cerebritos.
Yeah, the worms came out of them because they can't deal with the water, and then they were able to make it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then everything was good. They burned all the bodies. Seemingly the plague was over.
After 7 years.
Well, did it take 7 whole years?
Well, they, like after winter, they were able to burn the bodies because they were like not moving because it's warm now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that. They
Oh,
figured
yeah.
out that it wasn't the sun that was keeping them away. It was the temperature.
Yeah.
But
They liked the cold.
yeah. But then 7 years later, it's gone. I don't know if it took 7 years.
Well, we saw 3 months later they were burning the bodies.
Yeah. So it depends on how
So-
fast they worked.
No, I'm
During the
sure they
spring and
burned them
summer.
all the 3 months later, and then it was just like 7 years had passed.
Mm-hmm.
But this whole time, so like the prince had to choose between like he was told by his like advisors that he should kill the baby because like there could only be one king, and if he took the throne, all of the Cho supporters would be trying to kill him still because they would want the baby to be king. So he chose to get killed, pretend to be dead,
He faked his death.
so that the baby could live.
Mm-hmm. And the baby also got munched on its little manita.
It did.
But so we took the worms out.
Supposedly.
Yep.
Although watching it this time around, I noticed that his eunuch was looking quite suspicious.
Unique was he?
Yeah, I
Yep.
thought so too.
What do you mean?
Like he was looking at him funny, and then there was ominous music, and then
Yeah.
that's when like because they were talking about how the flower didn't just coincidentally like in voiceover they were saying the flower didn't just appear, it was sold to Koreans by somebody from China.
Oh, that guy. That's the guy, the toilet guy. We saw him in Fabricated City.
Oh yeah,
He was-
that was that guy.
Demolition, I believe.
But yeah, so he was
He's looking
acting suspicious. So we think I think that he probably reintroduced some worms into the child.
No, I don't know,
You're
because the
right.
worms came from the bite mark scar that he had already.
I think they just showed it for effects,
I
I'll
don't
have
know.
to see.
for more drama.
Maybe
But
if
yeah,
there
he
was a
was
third
looking quite
season.
suspicious,
Right.
right? Oh, I was so devastated when I saw there wasn't gonna be one.
That dude, I don't know what that dude is, man, but he was in the toilet. He got lost.
He was a
in there.
eunuch. That was pretty funny though. He had to escape through the hole with all the
Oh, no,
the
the
poop in it.
pool.
Hashtag Psychopath Diary.
I've never watched that.
Psychopath Diary.
Oh yeah.
If you know, you know.
But anyways, with his new identity, Prince Chan,
Been
and
investigated.
Sobi and the tiger dude and some other people have been, learning.
Zombie hunting.
Yeah, they've been zombie hunting. They've been like trying to find out as much as they can about everything. And so they get to the north, and that's where they find out that this came from China. And then they're in like this abandoned place, but then all of a sudden a little zombie girl comes out, and she has like bells on her.
Tries to munch her potatoes.
And then we see Ju Ji-hoon.
Yeah.
Jung
And
Ji-hyun.
Oh yeah, Jung Ji-hyun. Wow.
Yeah.
I can't.
I can't either.
Yeah, she's keeping them zombies locked up.
When is the spin-off supposed to come?
I don't know.
Sometime.
I'm
Sometime
highly
soon.
anticipating it.
Same.
They
I'm
better
so
make a third
excited.
season though.
Yeah. But that was great,
It
man.
was a great drama.
Like, there was the whole time you were on edge because you didn't know what was gonna happen.
Yeah. And then like something would happen, and then they would like survive the night. Everything's great. Things are working out, and then another problem arises,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, what the hell? It's like, can't you let them sleep?
Right.
Yeah, seriously, man.
The pacing in this drama was great.
It was.
It was really, really good, man.
Mm-hmm.
All the endings were top notch. Like the endings of all the episodes.
Yep. They were great cliffhangers.
They really were. It just sucked you up, and you just kept going.
Yeah.
Especially the last episode of the first season.
Oh my
Yes.
god, I was gonna say, could we talk about episode 6 of season 1? So at this point, the prince and his entourage have made it to this citadel where his mentor dude that raised him lives. And he also like they saved a bunch of people that had been migrating from different places where the plague had broken out. And this is the first day that it's really, really cold. So, an incident happens where their food stores get burnt down because an idiot is trying to steal some food.
Yeah.
And
that
so
happens after.
it happens after?
Yeah.
Oh,
Gosh, Sandra.
what the hell? Well, regardless, the like magistrate of that area is like skeptical about letting so many people in because he's like, we're not gonna have enough food or whatever. And so the prince is like, it's okay, we'll protect like the south borders that have water in them, and then like some bridge or something. So they basically set up like a fort, or like, what do you call it?
Well,
A barricade.
Yeah, barricade type thing. So like they gathered all the men, like even noblemen, and they made a bunch of tools, and they were like, anybody that can fight has to come. And
Well, now they're out of men. How are there even any left?
that's okay.
I'm sure there were elderly.
Oh no. Oh my jeez.
But anyway, so their plan is to burn these fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot them down.
Yeah.
and trap them and whatever. So they set up as the sun is setting, and then they're just waiting there for them to come. Nobody comes, and
the sun arises, and they're like, "We did it!"
Yeah, they're celebrating.
survived.
They put out the fires, and they're like getting ready to go home. Meanwhile, Sobi and that one magistrate dude, they found the frozen valley where she was told that flower was, the resurrection flower. And so they go there, but all of a sudden, in broad daylight, all these zombies surround them. Luckily for them, there's a bunch of water, so the zombies cannot cross. But as she is realizing, well, we see that, and then we cut back to the prince and his people, and they see off in the distance a bunch of birds are flocking towards them. Like, not a usual flock of birds. Too many birds.
They'd be quite noisy.
They do be quite noisy.
Yeah.
And then the ground starts rumbling. And the water starts rumbling. And they're like, shit, what? And then we cut back to Sobi and the magistrate, and she's like, well, fuck. It's not the daytime that they're afraid of. It was the warmth.
It's the temperature.
And then
They're
we
built different.
They are.
They are.
Then we cut back to the prince and the people, and like you see this gigantic horde of zombies running towards them. And they are obviously shook. But then that ends the season. So like I watched season 1 like a little bit after it came out, and then I was like, what? This is it? What? I had to wait a year.
Yeah.
I had to wait a year to see what happened.
Yeah, noob. This is my first time watching it.
A little after Sandra had watched it, and I was very upset.
Yep. But then season 2 episode 1 continues that. And basically it's just very tense, and you're like, no, you gotta do something, because they're just kind of in shock, so they don't react right away. They're just there. Like, they should have known when those birds came at them and the ground started rumbling that they should have started like getting their shit together. So many
get munched.
Yeah, many people got munched, but they made it.
They survived.
They survived. They were able to sneak back into the Citadel through a secret passage.
Yeah.
Gotta get you one of those.
There was bombing. There was gunning. There was sword
cannoning.
fighting. There was cannibalism.
There was arrows.
You know.
All the things.
Yes.
If
Props to the editors.
Seriously, yeah. Everything was just really good. Everything looked really, really nice.
It did too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch it in 4K, if you have the Netflix, the fancy Netflix where you can watch stuff in 4K.
Fancy Netflix.
Man, does that look good?
Yeah.
Tell us, we don't know.
Oh, well, it does.
Oh, you have the fancy Netflix?
We all had the fancy Netflix for a little bit, so I watched it in 4K when it first came out.
Well, I do have the fancy Netflix.
Yeah. But yeah, it was great, man. It's like my favorite historical drama, I think.
It's pretty great. I think it's my favorite too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Them zombies. I was so upset with that cliffhanger at the end of season 2.
Yeah.
Not that one, the ending. Oh wait, yeah, that is season 2. Yeah. I can't believe it.
Yeah. It's dumb, man.
Why would they do that to us?
So useless.
We'll see after the prequel comes out if it's satisfying or not, but I need a season 3.
Same.
Oh,
We should petition the Blue House.
we should.
Freaking blue.
I hear that works sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have to be a Korean citizen to petition?
I don't know.
Probably.
Darn.
I don't know. You gotta look it up.
Yeah, we'll look into it. We'll let you know how that goes. Shall we rate the drama?
Yes.
I guess.
Wow.
Who's going first?
Oh, A Sheen of the North is supposed to come out this year, by the way. That's the prequel. That's what the prequel's
good.
called.
Oh, it better.
Not sure when this year, but, you know, it be what it be.
Yeah.
All right, who's going first?
Go, Sandra, go.
Okay, so I rated it a 10 for watchability. This was my second time watching it, and it stood up. Like we said, those episode endings, they make you want to keep watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Plot and story, I said 9.5 because, you know, they left us on a cliffhanger. And then also, I feel like we could have gotten a little bit more backstory on like Sobi and like the tiger dude. Really wanted to know more about Tiger Dude.
Yeah.
We
learned a little bit about him.
Yeah.
Like he so the first time they used the zombies was in a war between
It was
them
3
and the
years
Japanese.
previous to like the current story that's happening.
Mm-hmm. They threw zombies at the Japanese and they needed some people that died, but they hadn't started rotting. So they couldn't use the soldiers that died, and they couldn't kill off their soldiers. So they used people living in a small
nearby
town.
village.
Yes, that were like all sickly.
Mm-hmm.
They turned them all into zombies, and that was the village that Tiger Hunter dude was from.
Yeah, and so his Donseng, his brother, got zombied.
Yep.
So he had a personal vendetta against Lord
He
Cho.
did.
Yes, he didn't know that they got zombied, but you know he knew they got killed.
Yep.
And he almost got him too. He almost got him.
He did. I would have also liked to know more about the High Guard's backstory. More bromance.
Yeah, romance.
Yeah, that's about it for that. So that's why I gave it a 9.5 for plot and story. Character / performance, I gave it a 10. Everyone was great. I thought Beduna was especially good. This was the first time I saw her in anything.
It's my first time seeing her too, but I have heard that she's good.
I watched an episode of Stranger.
I can't.
Wow, just an episode.
Yep.
How was she in that?
She was pretty good.
Good. I like her face.
Like peaceful.
Yes. Wow, okay. OST / sound design, I gave it a 10. There were no OSTs, but that was okay. The sound design was really, really good though. Like, it helped to build the tension. It helped to like really get the adrenaline going when the fight scenes were happening. A lot of the dramatic music was happening. There was the foreboding music when crazy evil stuff was happening. And then cinematography / visuals, I gave it a 10 because it looked beautiful.
Yes.
It was great. They had some really great drone shots of like the palace and like the nature. It was awesome.
The nature.
Yeah, that was pretty nature.
It was.
Unlike the Arizona nature in
Right, I just
or
like
not Arizona, Kansas.
I just
nature
like
from
when
that one movie.
Arkansas.
Kansas.
Not both states wrong.
Well, it took place in Oklahoma.
Yeah, yeah. Oklahoma.
Yeah. I like there to be things in my nature, not just fields.
Yep. Yep. What else was I gonna say? Oh, the fight sequences were shot very nicely too.
Quite good.
Yeah. So my overall was 9.9, but I rounded it to 10.
Hey.
Yeah. The only other drama that I've rated this highly has been Stove League.
Stove League was great.
Yeah. And I think this is my favorite historical drama by far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go next.
Yeah.
So, for watchability, I gave a 10 also. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
And then plot and story, I gave a 9.5 also because of that freaking cliffhanger ending.
I can't.
Then character and performance, I gave 10. Everyone was great.
Mm-hmm.
The OST and sound design, I gave 9.5 because there was no OSTs.
Mm-hmm.
I like OSTs.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else was good.
Yeah.
And then visual and cinematography, I gave a 10 as well. Everything was beautiful.
Yeah.
So my overall was a 9.8.
Might as well be a 10. Man, we like that high quality Netflix production.
Yeah, so for me, I gave watchability a 10. It was great, you just kept watching. Yeah. Plot / story, I gave it a 9. That cliffhanger, I was so upset with it.
Yeah.
It was so upsetting, I couldn't. But yeah, character / performance, a 10. Everyone did great. I like the queen's progressively subtle insanity.
Mm-hmm.
It was alright.
Yeah, it was alright.
It was pretty great. I guess I just enjoyed that moment where she was sitting there on the throne and she was like, had that child in her hand, like it was like a pet that she was gonna pet.
Wow.
And then she's like, if I can't have the throne, no one can.
Yeah.
And then she dumbly released the zombies.
Yeah.
It's because they didn't have a king to make crazy, so they used
you're right.
queens.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. The king was just hungry.
Gotta have that royal insanity in your historical dramas.
Wow.
That's true. It's one of the main
You're
components.
right.
Yeah, so OST / sound, gave it a 10. I thought the dramatic music was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on point.
Yeah.
There was a couple annoying zombies though. They were too like screechy in their growling.
Wow.
Yeah, they were
weird.
pretty screechy. I was like, what the heck is that?
They could have worked on that.
Dragon.
A dragon.
Wow.
Dragons sound better than that.
Mm.
You're right.
But yeah, cinematography / visuals, I gave that a 10. Everything was pretty. Everything was great. I liked how that Tiger King we mentioned, he would fling himself at things. I liked that. That was great. Yeah, the colors were nice too. A little dull.
I mean, as nice as you
But
can
fine.
get when you're fighting bloody zombies.
That's true.
There was a lot of fog that was used that I enjoyed.
It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Really set the mood.
It did.
Yeah.
But yeah, give it. Overall, it was a 9.8 for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
I also liked how they did certain scenes towards like the middle of the first season when we were starting to find out more pertinent information to the secrets going on. They would show us a scene and then they would show us the next scene, and in the next scene they would have like little nuggets that called back to the previous scene, and then they would come back to that previous scene, but they would like fill us in with stuff that we didn't get the first time around, which was like shocking. And it was great. So it would not surprise me if after they do the prequel, they come back with season 3 and start off where we left off in season 2, because then it would be kind of like they did those scenes.
That'd be great. They should do that. That would work.
Right?
You best do that.
It would be awesome, man.
fun fact, 2 staff people died during the production of this film.
Did they?
This
Yeah.
drama. Yes.
Why did they die?
I don't know how the first one died, but the second one died during the filming of the second season. He got into a car accident.
Oh, okay. It was unrelated to the
I
filming.
think the first
They
one died of.
canceled the filming for a week though, so that he could have his funeral and stuff.
Mm.
I think the first one died of overworking.
Oh no.
Remember in like one of the episodes, it's like in remembrance of whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I think that might have been one of the
That
staff people
dude.
that died.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah, one of them died due to overwork.
Oh,
Oh,
it must have been the first one then.
Yeah, it was the first season.
Jesus. They probably were like, yeah, we can't film as long anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it was a great production.
Yeah, it was a great drama. I think it's one of our higher rated dramas
Definitely.
after Stove League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scene, that last zombie fighting scene where they're in the
Ice.
ice area.
Yeah.
That was intense.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone got munched. I thought they were gonna die.
Yes. That was quite
That's
intense.
true. I thought so too the first time I watched it. This time around, I knew that they were gonna survive, but it was still really tense because I was like, come on! When are they gonna fall in? Why is this
Yeah.
taking so long?
It was that big boy who did it.
Yeah. The prince used a thick boy zombie to break the ice.
He threw him into the hole.
Because they
Yeah,
were shooting
yeah.
at it at first
Yeah.
to break it, but they should have started that off
They really
like
should've.
forever ago.
Especially if the guns take a while because you gotta put powder.
I guess they
in
didn't
and
realize how
Right,
thick the ice was gonna be.
stuff. I guess so. Yeah.
They just miscalculated.
fucked up.
Yep.
Yeah, that was intense. I almost had a heart attack.
Mhm.
Usually I can tell. I'll be like, they're gonna survive. Just gotta wait and see.
Mhm.
But everyone got munched.
Mhm.
And I forgot about the water thing. So I was like, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
They're gonna die.
Yeah.
Same.
It's because they were second strain zombies.
Yeah. You right.
They were.
I was like, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. I
I think
think so. Join us next time for another K-drama or K-film review. If you like this video, like and subscribe so you can watch our upcoming videos. We release exclusive YouTube reviews on Wednesdays, and on Fridays we release the video versions of our podcast episodes. Those are typically highlights because our podcast episodes are way longer. Does it?
Yeah.
Freaking Hopkins!
She's like, get away from me.
like too many potters.
Yeah.